What's up, Patrick? How we doing, man?
How you doing? I'm doing all right.
We're rocking and rolling, my man.
On the Ramsey show. It's an opportunity to talk to you on your show.
Very
I appreciate
cool, man.
you taking my call.
You got it, brother. So what's up, man? How can I help?
So I've been married for 11 years, got 3 kids with my wife. I've been divorced twice. I've had problems in relationships, but I'm trying to make this one work.
I'm gonna pause that right there. Thank you for that, Patrick. Thank you for that. I've talked to too many guys in your situation that would roll their eyes and say, yet again, I'm getting screwed on this deal, or I'm getting hosed on this deal, or whatever. And your first words to me are, I'm trying to make this work. And so I appreciate your vulnerability there, dude. That takes a lot. Is that new, Patrick?
It's newish.
Okay. Well, hey,
I've been trying to make it work on the third time now, and the fourth and the fifth. And
hey, there we go.
7 times 7.
Every day is a new chance to start over. All right, man. So how can I help?
So the problem I have is I've come to the end of my rope, and I get angry and mad and upset and frustrated and want to nuke the whole thing and let go, but I'm asked to hold on, and I do. But I just feel like my wife's checked out.
Yeah, I would imagine so, based on just what you just told me. So, I mean, if somebody who I loved and had chained myself to it, hitched myself to, got angry and just wanted to cash out every time, yeah, I would be checked out too. I mean, I can imagine that's a roller coaster and a whiplash. So, brother, why do you get angry and yell and scream and say I'm out?
I just feel like I'm dragging this thing out by myself. She spends the majority of the time I see her on the back porch, scrolling on her phone or watching videos. And I mean, she hadn't sit down at the dinner table with me and the kids for over a year.
And how long have you been with her?
We've been married 11 years.
11 years, okay. So what is it about you, what is it about your family environment that she wants no part of?
I don't know.
You got to know. You've been with her over a decade.
I think it's just distractions.
I know, but what does she need to distract herself from?
I don't know.
What about you is she distracting herself from?
Accountability. I mean, I try to hold her accountable for responsibilities that she's not doing. And
okay, give me an example of that.
She's a stay-at-home mom. She has a hard time keeping up with the house, keeping up with the kids' clothes, routines. I mean, it's gotten better, but it's just a challenge to keep on task, on track, to grow, to be responsible, to be accountable, to say, I'm going to do this, and then it gets done. I mean, I don't know what she's running from. I mean, we've had knockdown dragouts, we've had reconciliations, I left for 30 days and came back because I didn't want to leave the family.
Yeah.
But that was 2-3 years ago. And I know she looks back on it, and this last anniversary was a good one, and we've made some steps, but I just don't see the work. I don't see the commitment. I don't see the accountability, the response. I don't see it.
How come your first marriage didn't work, brother?
I was young and stupid.
Elaborate.
Got married. I got married as a young Marine, deployed, came back. Things were fast and loose, and it was stupid to get married in the first place.
You didn't answer my question. That was excellent evasion, but you didn't answer my question. Did you cheat on her?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So why didn't your second marriage work?
She fell in love with somebody while I was deployed.
Okay.
Came back, got married. She separated and married him.
Okay. And what was it about this woman that you're with now that made giving it a third shot sound good?
Well, this one we were dating. Again, I was coming off my second marriage and going to the bars, doing the thing, and ended up pregnant. So wanted to make it work, make sure that my child had a father and a mother. Mm-hmm. And we considered abortion, and we both didn't want to do that.
Okay.
And so we've pushed through, and we've had 2 more kids, and 9 more years after that, and a couple houses, new job.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, we've pushed, but I'm sick of pushing.
Yeah, I can hear that. And I promise you, with everything I got, brother, she's sick of being pushed.
That's why I stopped pushing. But leaving it go and just kind of set goals out there hasn't worked either. I mean, I've separated bank accounts because the financial responsibility isn't there.
Hey, listen. Is she done?
No, that's the thing. She says she's not done and she wants to work it out. She wants to keep working.
Okay.
And
the way you've described your wife to me, as though you were describing a teenage daughter that you can't get under control.
I feel that way.
She is no more your partner in raising family and just trying to suck the joy out of life, the wreckage that life is, just misery after misery. And that's what partners can do for each other when their marriage is just rad, is they just find joy. Is you have put her in line with one as another child, and you might feel like you have to, but she's another kid with goals and expectations and achievements that she needs to accomplish in order to make sure your house looks the way it needs to be, and that her body looks the way it needs to be, and your sex life needs to be, and your part, all those things. And at some point she checked out, possibly early on. And for most of us, I don't want to overgender this, but most of us men, we know one thing, and that's to push harder. And if we're losing a fight, then we think we need to swing harder and kick harder and go for takedowns harder. And you just said it perfectly. I'm tired of pushing, man. And I want to honor that. This relationship can handle no more pushing. And if you back up 10 steps, 15 steps, and you look at this woman not as a problem to fix or as somebody to get in line, but as somebody to sit next to and hold her hand and say, baby, I'm so sorry. We got to start over from square one. And what you got now is a relationship that's over 10 years, right? So y'all are in a tough window. You got 3 kids. How old are your kids?
6, 9, and 10.
Oh, brother, y'all are in it, right? You've got 5,000 activities all day, every day. Some kids running in there yelling and screaming. The other kids saying, everybody shut up, and there's moods everywhere, right? You're in it, right? And you've got this woman who's at home who's desperate to be seen and known and to be loved at a vulnerable level. And she's being given tasks. And when she fails the tasks, you take away the task and say, I'll do it myself. You see how she's almost as though she's a member of one of your units instead of your wife?
I do, but I've taken those away. I used to do that, and I've stopped. And I've asked her what her goals are, what she wants to accomplish, what she's trying to do to grow. I'm trying to include her in the conversation, to include her in, her finances, getting her stuff in order on her own time, on her own accord. I've stopped pushing. I've stopped dragging. I've stopped, other than me being attached to the relationship is what I feel like I'm dragging now.
How do you bring her joy? How do you inject joy and safety into her life? Besides the fact that you're an ex-Marine and you can kick people's ass, like how do you inject joy and safety into her life?
I try to spend time with her. Dedicate every Tuesday to her.
Okay.
Try to.
And what does that dedication look like? Coaching, opportunities?
No, just spending time with her. I mean, the 5 love languages, just quality time and words of affirmation are hers.
Okay.
So I try to, when she does cook dinner, when she does get dressed up or get dressed, I try to acknowledge it. So I try to feed her love language. But
you see how you've just those 2 examples When she achieves and does the right things, then I let her know. She's not your child, brother. She's your wife. And so here's the status of your relationship, okay?
Yeah.
And I don't want you to mistake me. I know you love this lady. And I know that you really want to do this right. And there's a sacred moment when a guy realizes, I'm trying to fix this engine in my car, and all I have is a wrench and a hammer, and these two tools aren't working. Oh, and by the way, she's not an engine in a car, right? And there's a humility, a humbleness, a vulnerability, which is the anti-marine move, right? That's rolling over on your stomach and on your back and exposing your belly and saying, you could hurt me, hun. But I have to tell you, I'm out of tools, and I am going to go learn some new tools. I would love for you to come with me. And she's probably not going to go, man. When's the last time you went and started talking to a counselor on some new tools to help you be a better man, a better husband, a better dad?
I went to a counselor on my own. I mean, COVID had it mobile.
Right.
But I talked to a counselor for about 3 months, and I got the advice that she is who she is. Her past actions are going to be her future actions, and you've got to come to terms with it or move on.
I get a new counselor. That one sucks.
And that's
Counselor
why I stopped
sucks.
going.
Yeah, the counselor's terrible. Counselor's
And
terrible.
I mean, it's kind of stuck with me, but that doesn't help.
Every single person can change, but they can only change if they are tethered into something bigger and stronger than themselves. And it sounds like your wife is exhausted and detached because all she's been is a series of accomplishments, achievements, failures. She's got to live up to the standards of her Marine husband. And here's the thing. Here's the truth. You know that if fill in the blank, if she got control of her money, if she exercised, if she ate differently, if she fill in the blank, that those things would help her, but she's got to come to those things on her own. And she has to hear those things from somebody that she can actually hear them from. And she's got to be tethered into you for connection, right? She does not need any more information from you. She needs you. And so here's what I want you to keep this picture. And I've used this image a bunch. I'm going to continue to use it because it works. You guys have a relationship that's 10 plus years old, 3 kids, right? You're going to have to excavate what you have right now and rebuild something from the floor up. And if she won't participate in the early rounds of the architecture and design, cool. But I'd love for you guys to sit down and just dream together. Is this what this is going to be for us? Are we going to be back porch scrolling through Instagram for the rest of our life? What do you need? How can I bring you joy? And you can't make her do anything. Your counselor was right on that. But what you can do is inject joy into your home. And that comes from you doing the things that you can control. You working on your thoughts, your actions, your behaviors, your way of treating people in the world. Not lecturing her on what she eats, but you being a model. Not lecturing her on, you know what you should be doing? You should be exercising, getting your finances right. But instead bringing your 3 kids around for budget day, hooray, and bringing, I don't know, Reese's peanut butter cups or whatever's going to make your kids excited about it, and you're going to teach them how to budget. And you're going to do it with joy and with laughter and with fun, not with military precision. Military precision is important, but only when you have full trust does that work. When you've signed it all over and your wife's not signed on anymore. She's not signed on anymore. And so what's the best way? I mean, you're headed towards, if you're not there already, towards bitter resentment, and then it's hard to come back from that, man. And so I want you to go about wooing your wife again. I want you to go about finding the things that get you all fired up, that get your heart beating again, that excite you about your kids, excite you about joy and love in your house. I want you to go find another counselor because the one you talk to sucks. Anyone who says, well, it's just the way it's going to be, you're going to have to get used to it, terrible. You either leave or you both grow together, and I think every single person can grow, 100% of them. If they have attached relationships, if they are anchored into something solid, right? And dude, I know you're tired, man. I so know you're tired. I hear it in your voice. So stop working on her, and I want you to start working on you. And I want you to reverse engineer your life. Find the places where you can be patient, where you can be kind, where you laugh a lot, right? Where you forgive other people, including yourself. Where you don't identify with the worst things you've done and the stupidest things you've said and the dumbest decisions you've made, but you identify with the future where you're taking these kids. How are you going to love this woman? I want you to grow that way, brother. And there's a big, awesome world there. I want you to grab a book called I Don't Want to Talk About It by Terrence Real. We'll put it in the show notes. We'll link to it. But I want you to get on Amazon today. I want you to read that book. And if you're not a big reader, get the audio book and start from there. Okay? I Don't Want to Talk About It by Terrence Real. Man, thank you so much for that call, Patrick. I know that's hard, brother. I know that's hard. Here's the 30,000-foot ultimate umbrella statement. You can't fix her. You can fix you. What I promise you is, if she's really in, watching you infuse and inject and create a platform of joy and love in your home with those kids, a safe place that's not a repair manual, but just someone who loves her. She's going to say, hey, something's different, something's new, what's going on, right? And then you got to have in your head your or what moment, man. At some point, you got to say, I'm out. I know you feel shame that you failed once, you failed twice. I get that. But you're going to have to keep that line for yourself too, man, because you don't want to drag your kids down. You don't want to drag this woman down any further.